show me some love and click on the subscribe button. Where's my baking crew at?
Right here.
So we're gonna make sourdough bread, and I've never made sourdough bread before. But baking crew, do you like sourdough bread?
It's my second favorite kind of bread.
Really?
Only it's gonna be hard to top the baguette.
I know, but we'll see what we can do. So to start out, 100 grams. So when you do sourdough bread, we do them by weight, not by volume, because the starter can have different amounts of water and different densities. So 100 grams of the starter, 375 grams of water, 500 grams of flour, 11 grams fine sea salt. And now this is my starter. I want to thank my friend Puneet for it. I got it last night. He gave me just a little bit. And I fed it once last night and once this morning. It's gotten huge. You can see it was at this red mark about 10 hours ago. Now it's already up here. And I said, what can I do with this much sourdough starter? And he said, bake something. So we're making bread. So come on over here, baking crew. So let's start out. So first off, we're going to use grams here. We put it on our scale. Baking crew, do you want to come over here and show what it looks like?
Sure.
So it's on grams. We hit the tare button. And the first thing we do is we need to put the starter and water together. So we need 100 grams of starter. So we'll open up our starter. And baking crew, what does it smell like? You want to smell it?
It smells like pizza.
It does smell like pizza dough. And let's do 100.
No, it smells like pizza itself.
So let's do 100 grams of the starter. So let's see. So that's one heaping spoon. That's what we're at here. We're at 12. So it's going to be a few of those. There you go. Let's keep on going. Probably about 8 of those, 7 or 8 of those. So there's 2. We're at 29. 3. We're at 47. And you can see it's getting a lot lower now, which is nice. So I'm actually using this starter, not just throwing it out. We're at 67. So just a little bit more here. Keep on going. And you can see it's really full of air, which is good. So we're at 83, so maybe one more scoop or so. And we should be just about done. 85, and we'll do kind of a little half scoop here, not quite the heaping one. And we're at 99, 100. Okay, so now we are done with our starter. And then we need 375 grams of water, so we'll hit tare, knock it down to 0. And I have some warm water here. We're just going to start pouring it in until we get to 375. We're at 250, 379. Good enough. Now we need to do, now it says, now what we do is we mix them together. So we take them off and we'll mix them together with a spoon or a spatula so they get nice and mixed up. And this is, at least what I read is this is because it takes that nice, whatever the yeast is in the starter, it mixes it up, gets it totally in the water. It basically dissolves it all in the water, so we get kind of a, what does it look like, baking crew? It's pretty watery, isn't it?
Yes, it sounds like water.
Yeah, basically it's almost a complete liquid. So we'll stir it up and now we have a complete liquid. And now once we get it to a nice liquid, we have to add our flour and our salt. So we're going to add 500 grams of flour, and I'm told that's about 4 cups plus maybe a little bit more. So we've got it nice and mixed here. Feeling very good. It smells like pizza. We'll put it on here again. Hit the tare button so it'll go back to 0. And now we need to give it 500 grams of flour. So that's what we get here. Here's a big heaping cup, and that's 160. Another big heaping cup.
Is that making 340 or something?
358. Let's just do kind of a normal cup now. What are we at now? 460, 475, 491. Do a little bit more, try to really be a little precise here. 494, 498, 499, 500. Perfect. And the last thing we need is 11 grams of sea salt, so we'll hit tare again. And I've got a little salt here. Oh wow, and you can see this is that nice pure sea salt fine grain from Costco. And you can tell I use this so much that we've got to open it now for the first time. And the goal is to get 11 grams of this in. That's supposed to be, we'll see how much that is.
11 grams is, I think, like 1,000 or like 10,000, 11,000 kilograms.
Let's see. So we'll do one heaping.
No, 11.
That was 5, so we'll do another one of those. That's 10, so we just need just a little more. That's still at 10, so probably just a little more. 11. There we go. Now what we do, we have everything in here. Now we mix and we make a nice dough out of this. So baking crew, do you want to come over here and show them?
Hard to do.
Okay, do you want to stand on the stool there? You can show them what it looks like. So we take this and we kind of start mixing it.
Looks a bit like pretzel.
Yeah, a little. Well, it's that floury dough. I think it looks a little like the dough we make the baguette with, because it's very similar, right? It's only those 4 ingredients of the yeast, water, salt, and flour. And so we very nicely mix it.
Now it
and
smells like
comes together.
baguette instead of pizza.
And so you want to just really aggressively twist it like this. It'll start pulling away from the sides. And get it to about this texture. This is very similar to the baguette kind of texture. And it's going to be a little hard to work it because it's not quite stiff enough. You just want to do this a few more times. And you make a rough dough. So we have now a nice rough dough. Scrape down, make sure you get everything off the sides. And you don't have to go crazy stirring it. Just stir it, get it off the sides. And now what we do, we'll leave it right here. It's kind of pulling away from the sides enough. We have a nice dough here. We will cover it with a towel and we'll be back in 30 minutes. So baking crew, where's my baking crew at?
Here.
And I will see you in 30 minutes.
Peace.
Hi, so it's been 30 minutes and I'm back. Now the dough's starting to look kind of like this, sort of nice and like dough. And all we do now is you reach in and you kind of want to go to the bottom and pull it up over itself. So I don't know if you can see this technique. You reach down and you put up over itself. And you just go around it 4 or 5 times. And it looks kind of the same, but you reach down and you pull it over itself until you kind of reach down. You do this 4 or 5 times and you're done. Put the top back on. Now, the instructions say you want to do this 4 times in total. So I've done it once. I would do it 3 more times every 30 minutes. If you can only do it once, they say do it once. Then you wait 8 to 10 hours, and we go on to the next step. So do 0 to 3 more of these turns, then wait 8 to 10 hours, and I'll see you in a little bit. See ya. Where's my baking crew at?
Right here.
Good job. So it's been 24 hours that this has been proving in the refrigerator, and we can take the dough out of our basket or bowl that was covered, and we can see what it looks like here. It's gotten stiffer, it's roughly still the flour. What we want to do now is I have a Dutch oven, it's very hot. But we take our dough, we flip it over onto the piece of parchment paper that we cut out, so it'll go in the bottom. And it's actually very nice and smooth. So what I did is, after 24 hours, I put the Dutch oven in for a half an hour at 500 degrees and it warmed up. And now that we have our dough, we have a super hot Dutch oven. We make a nice little, kind of call it an X in it, so just show. Nice little, nice simple score. Just come across like this. Now what I'm going to do, nice X, very quickly cut down if you use scissors so it's nice and smooth. I'm going to open this up, again using the towel. Being very careful because it's super hot. I take my dough and I put it in, and then I'm going to bake it. I'm going to bake it at 450 with the top on for 30 minutes, and then another 15 minutes without the top on. So I'll see you in 45 minutes. See ya.
See ya.
Where's my baking crew at?
Here, filming you.
So this is just about done. It's 45 minutes, 30 minutes with the top on. Then we took it off, 15 minutes with the top off. It's all done now, so we can take it out of the oven. Remember, very, very hot. So often we want to use 2 things to hold it. just so our hands don't get burned, which I have a bad habit of doing. Baking crew, show what it looks like.
It looks like sourdough bread.
It does look like sourdough bread.
Now do we just wait for it to cool down, then we eat it?
And it actually smells like sourdough bread, which is good. So what we want to do now is we want to tip it out of the Dutch oven so it can cool on the drying rack. And it should come pretty easily because it's been, it has the parchment paper at the bottom. Put this down. And now what we have is sourdough bread. If it looks like it's not totally baked, you could put it back in the rack for a few minutes. And this has been a long time. We started a day and a half ago. We made the dough, then we did the pulls. We did 4 of those over a 2-hour period, let it prove for another 8 to 10 hours. Then we put it in then we made it a ball, let it sit 30 minutes. We put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Then we baked it. So now we want to let it sit 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll see how it tastes. So we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
See ya.
See ya.
You're filming you, and the sourdough tastes amazing.
So we finally, it's cooled down, it's cut down, has that nice look of a sourdough inside. It smells really nice. And baking crew, how does it taste?
Amazing. It barely tops the baguette.
Very cool. So
1% topping the baguette.
I hope you liked it. Show me some love. Click on dadbakinghacks.com and subscribe.
Give the video a like.
And see ya.